Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
All right, Illinois just lost, guys. They just lost. And I said it when Terrence Shannon was suspended a couple weeks ago. I said, like, this Illinois team to me has zero chance, zero of winning the Big Ten tournament unless somehow they get Terrence Shannon back and get him back quickly. And all the Illini fans, including our own Trevor Valise, made fun of me. They mocked me. They crucified me on Twitter. And now what I'm doing is I'm laughing.
People crucify you on Twitter? That happens?
Yes.
People disagree with you,
Trevor
Jeff?
Valise back. Occasionally. All right, listen, Illinois, give them credit. They did well over the last couple of weeks without Shannon, right? They beat Northwestern. They hung with Purdue. They beat Michigan State at home. They get another home game here against a Maryland team that has been among the most disappointing in the entire country. And what do? They piss down their pants. That's what they did today. They did. There's no other way to say it other than the fact that they absolutely let one get away here that they should have at home in Champaign at State Farm, that they had to have. Because we know if they're not going to be without Terrence Shannon for an extended period of time, which it looks like could be the case. You know, I'm not playing legal expert here like Rob Dauster tries to, but what I am saying is we don't know right now, and I think you've got to prepare if you're Brad Underwood as if you're not having Terrence Shannon back again this entire season. If you get him back, that's great. It changes everything. But as a coach, McCall, don't you have to just kind of prepare as if, hey, listen, we're not going to have him. We're going to change our offense. And if we get him back, we'll revert back, and he'll be our guy, and hopefully we can pick up where we left off a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those situations too where you got to just move on, and prepare without him. You don't have another choice, and it's got to be just two separate things. This is something that's completely out of our hands. Terrence has to deal with this. He has to let this legal process play out. He's not with our team. We're moving forward completely without. This is not an injury, right? This is not someone that's rehabbing and you see over there running up and down the sidelines trying to get back because they're coming off an ankle injury or a knee injury. This is a completely different situation. So, yeah, you have to prepare. Like he's not coming back, and this is our team, and this is our team going forward. Can they win the Big Ten regular season? No. The only thing I may disagree with you, Jeff, is just in terms of the Big Ten tournament because you don't know what's their seed. Can they get hot? Can they make a bunch of threes? I mean, at the end of the day, that was the issue today, going 6 for 22 from the three-point line. But flip it on the other side. Like, this is what we've been wanting from Maryland. This is what we were expecting going into the season. Jameer Young, 28. Julian Reese, 20. I mean, it's a 1-2 punch, backcourt, frontcourt. This is what we've been wanting, and we just haven't gotten it yet from Maryland. And then they go on the road and they win a game like today. And, Illinois dealing with all the stuff that they're dealing with in Terrence Shannon, it is a distraction because they're still having to answer and talk about it and do all those types of things. They're looking at us like, hey, man, we're going to be okay in this game. This is Maryland. They're not that good. They're having a down year. Oh, wait, by the way, they have one of the best guards in Jameer Young, who still got it in him. His team just hasn't performed to the level that we all thought they were going to perform, and they did today. So, hey, credit Coach Willard, credit Maryland. But, yeah, I think Illinois, they got these are two separate things. This is an injury that a player's coming back from. This is something way bigger than that, and they got to move on without him.
Yeah, they could have used him today.
Is there a chance? Is there a chance that we look at Illinois in a month and a half without Terrence Shannon if they don't get him back, and this is a bubble team? Like, is that out of the question here?
I think that's a bit strong just because I think they're going to be able to win enough games. And I think Coleman Hawkins, he's going to show up, 75% of the time, just conservatively speaking. And those games where he's really good. I thought he got bullied today. Reese, by the way, Maryland fans, I realize that it's been up and down, and you feel as if this team's underperformed, and to an extent they have. But James Reese has worked his nuts off. He looks so much better than he did just a year ago. He's gotten bigger. He was stronger. I thought he dominated the paint today. Terrence Shannon Jr. not having him, Damascus ended up with, 20-something, and then it was pretty much it. There wasn't really – he had 26, and then Good had 13. That was it. Like, you got to have more production out of Quincy Guerrier, who's shown he can score. He can't go 2 for 10 at home in league. Like, now that Terrence Shannon is gone, he's going to have to be your third guy, maybe even fourth guy, and he's got to give you something, and because he has that capability to do it. I just worry a little bit moving forward. Are you going to have some of these guys that are inconsistent? They can't all have a bad night at the same time, and I think that's what happened past Damask and Good.
Yeah, Good.
It was terrible. I mean,
offense was really good
in the Big Ten, by and large, is just it's rough to watch sometimes. And when you take away, it is rough.
Look, my teams at UMass could always score. Okay, that was never the problem. We always scored points. If we had defended it a little bit better, I'd probably not be sitting here talking to you guys in this seat. So when I have to watch bad offense, I really, really scratch my head. I can't turn it off because my job. I got to tune in, but man, I can't stand bad offense. It drives me nuts.
It's brutal. And when you take away arguably college basketball's like one of the best isolation scorers in that game, that is massive. And not only that, those other guys relied on him to make a couple of shots because their nights just became so much easier. Damask has it in him, but when you have 2 of those guys on the floor, it completely changes things because you have to focus so much attention on stopping 2 guys that those other guys could have big nights. And Coleman Hawkins he's skilled, but what's the right word? A bit spacey. I think he's a bit spacey. So, but Jeff, you're not going to be able to get him consistently.
Go ahead, McCall.
Jeff, wouldn't you agree, though? This is what we've been waiting from Maryland. I mean, Julian Reese, he could have
but it's too late.
Coaching change,
but it's too late.
48 points between them. I don't know if it's too
right, it's too. I mean, okay,
if
fine. If you run off,
you know, I mean, those 2 guys, that 1-2 punch today that's what we were wanting. You know,
that's what they should have been doing. That's what they should have been doing all year. And again, I think, listen, for Illinois, you're playing against an Illinois team that, frankly, they've been able to kind of keep their heads above water here, which is super impressive over the last couple of weeks. But eventually, you know, it catches up with you. You know, the water falls. And I think with this Illinois team, Terrence Shannon was the second best player in the country, arguably, before his suspension. They were that reliant on him. So obviously it was going to make a huge difference. Losing a guy that could go get one whenever he wanted was an absolute bucket in transition. Could get, you know, he just was going downhill and shooting it deep like I'd never seen him shoot it before. So, again, I think, yes, Illinois is probably going to make the tournament. Maybe they're an 8-9 seed. And you know what? If they don't have Terrence Shannon, that number 1 is looking at it and saying, thank goodness. Give me Illinois in the second round, because without Terrence Shannon, to be honest, if you look at them in totality without him, I think they're going to be playing like a fringe, like a 10 seed, like a fringe tournament team at the end of the day, because they just don't have enough. They've got still Ty Rogers has played better, but I don't trust him as a high-end point guard. And now you lost your dude who can just go get one, get a bucket whenever you want it.
Well,
all right, UConn.
Yeah. I mean, this is not like a situation where you can like rally around, hey, you lost a guy who went down for an injury, or that's not that, right? This is a completely different scenario. So I'm with you 100%.
Yeah. For what it's worth, too.
Right, so
I said James Reese. I meant Julian Reese. I got Jamie Kite. I just in my head. Jamie Kite. My bad.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.